Well, we may be in the stupidest timeline ever. Politics has been absolutely insane, and often you hear the joke, best timeline ever, but here's a story. Girl Scouts sue Boy Scouts over program's name change. The Boy Scouts changed their name to something like Scouts BSA, and they're being sued by the Girl Scouts over this. The Girl Scouts have also complained in the past that the Boy Scouts are accepting girls, but the Boy Scouts are being pressured because they're called sexist and transphobic. So it's like there's literally no winning. There's no winning there's no rules. I've talked about it over and over again. There's literally no rules. Look, just give up at this point. Let's read the story. Girl Scouts sue Boy Scouts over program's name change. The Girl Scouts of the U.S., the Girl Scouts of the United States of America filed a trademark infringement lawsuit on Monday against the Boy Scouts of America for dropping the word boy from its flagship program in an effort to attract girls. In the complaint filed in Manhattan federal court, the Girl Scouts claim the program does not have a right under either federal or New York law to use terms like scouts or scouting by themselves in connection with services offered to girls or to rebrand itself as the Scouts. I don't think it's entirely unfair. The Girl Scouts are scouts too. Such misconduct will not only cause confusion among the public, damage the goodwill of GSUSA's Girl Scout trademarks, and erode its core brand identity, but it will also marginalize the Girl Scouts movement by causing the public to believe that GSUSA's extraordinarily successful services are not true or official scouting programs, but niche services with limited utility and appeal, the complaint said. The Girl Scouts is among a number of major youth organizations in the nation, seeing declines in membership in recent years due to competition from sports leagues and busy family schedules. But let me just point out, it was the identitarian left demanding the Boy Scouts accept girls. And so the Boy Scouts decided they couldn't be the Boy Scouts because it was sexist, because of all the hate they got. What do you want them to do? Dissolve. And then there's only the Girl Scouts. Like, what do you think is going to happen? The Girl Scouts exist, the Boy Scouts exist. If there are people who think the Girl Scouts don't provide the right services to young girls, expand services. Don't tell one organization they have to accept women, and there you go. Now the Girl Scouts are going to sue, and this is what happens when you play the identitarian game. It's impossible to win because everyone is offended. There is no winning team, and there's no right answer when there's no rules. If someone's going to claim, throw back to the midterms. Brett Kavanaugh, it's a job interview. He was accused. He shouldn't be allowed to be on the Supreme Court. Bob Menendez was accused, actually indicted on fraud charges, but we'll all go and vote for him anyway. Yeah, double standards much? What do you think they're supposed to do? Now the Girl Scouts are suing them. What's going to happen? Are they going to dissolve, change back to the Boy Scouts, then be accused of being sexist again? The organization argued that only it has the right to use Girl Scouts and Scouts trademark with leadership development services for girls. In a statement to CBS News, the Girl Scouts said its actions were in keeping with standard practice in any field, and we did what any brand, company, corporation, or organization would do. The Boy Scouts said it was reviewing the lawsuit carefully. In a statement, the organization said, "We applaud every organization that builds character and leadership in children, including the Girl Scouts of the USA, and believe that there is an opportunity for both organizations to serve girls and boys in our communities." In May, the Boy Scouts, the program for 11 to 17-year-olds, announced it would change its name to Scouts BSA in February. The parent organization will remain the Boy Scouts of America, and the Cub Scouts, its program serving children from kindergarten through 5th grade, will keep its title as well. The organization already has started admitting girls into the Cub Scouts, and Scouts BSA begins accepting girls next year. The Girl Scouts claim it has already been damaged by the name change announcement, saying that throughout the country, families, schools, and communities have been told that GSUSA and BSA have merged, or even that Girl Scouts no longer exists. Parents interested in signing up for Girl Scouts programs have instead mistakenly signed up for new girls programs offered by BSA, the complaint said. The lawsuit seeks an injunction against trademark breaches and monetary damages. Let me just say what I always say. The more we try to protect and include everybody, the more we strip these protections away from other people. There is a limit. Listen, I believe in equity. I believe in racial justice. I believe in social justice. And the way you accomplish this is by saying you can't discriminate based on X, right? The issue then becomes, if the Girl Scouts exist and the Boy Scouts exist, are they being discriminated against? The answer is they aren't, because there are organizations for both. But this is what happens. The Girl Scouts are presumed to be wrong for some reason, and everyone defers to the Boy Scouts. It's not perfect. It's really hard to accomplish the right ratio and how to solve these problems. But going to the Boy Scouts and saying, even though there's a Boys and a Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts should change, doesn't solve anything. It just hurts the Girl Scouts. What is the assumption? That the Girl Scouts are somehow lesser than the Boy Scouts. Why would you believe that to be true? They're different. Maybe instead, you should go to the Girl Scouts and say, hey, the Girl Scouts should include more programs that we see in the Boy Scouts, and the Boy Scouts should include more programs we see in the Girl Scouts. Instead, they want a unisex Scouts for everybody. But typically what I see happening when it comes to these biological sex and gender battles is the assumption that femininity and things that are traditionally feminine are just wrong and not desirable. That's why they're advocating for the Boy Scouts to bring in girls. Because the Boy Scouts are going to do things like start fires and go hunting, right? And the girls should be able to do that too. But the Girl Scouts are, honestly, I don't know what they do for the most part. But my understanding is that typically the Girl Scouts are going to do more traditional things that that women do. The idea is typically that women should be doing masculine roles. But where is the hardcore advocacy for men to do feminine roles? We don't really see it. We constantly see feminists saying women should do things men do while just completely ignoring femininity. I believe that when you get this extreme, you actually start seeing an advocacy against femininity. But femininity is fantastic. It's a balance. It's a good thing. Women should have equal opportunity in everything. And perhaps the argument then is that the boys should be allowed in the Girl Scouts, right? And I believe a lot of feminists would agree with that. The problem is there are two programs that exist. And the issue isn't whether or not one lets in one group and one lets in the other. It's that they're gender segregated and your only concern is the programs they offer. Here's what happened in 2017. Girl Scouts slammed Boy Scouts' decision to accept girls. The Boy Scouts' house is on fire. Well, whose fault is that? Do you think they wanted to do this? They were pressured into doing it. The Girl Scouts this is from October 2017, it's a year ago. The Girl Scouts of the USA has issued a blistering rebuke of the Boy Scouts' decision to begin letting girls into their ranks. The Boy Scouts' house is on fire, they told ABC News in a statement. Instead of addressing systemic issues of continuing sexual assault, financial mismanagement, and deficient programming, BSA's senior management wants to add an accelerant to the house fire by recruiting girls. What? The Girl Scouts apparently don't think that girls should be in the Boy Scouts. The criticism comes after the Boy Scouts of America said Wednesday it will allow girls to join the ranks of its Cub Scouts program as well as a scouting program for older girls. It will create one. The Boy Scouts program for older girls would allow them to reach the highest rank of Eagle Scout. It is expected to be formally announced next year and is projected to be available in 2019, the organization said. The Girl Scouts appeared to respond Wednesday to the Boy Scouts' decision with a blog post citing what it said is the power of the single-gender environment. Girl Scouts is the best girl leadership organization in the world created with and for girls. They wrote, we believe strongly in the importance of the all-girl, girl-led, and girl-friendly environment that Girl Scouts provides, which creates a free space for girls to learn and thrive. It continued, the benefit of the single-gender environment has been well documented by educators, scholars, other girl and youth-serving organizations, and Girl Scouts and their families. Girl Scouts offers a one-of-a-kind experience for girls with a program tailored specifically to their unique developmental needs. Who should the Girl Scouts be blaming for this? Are they going to blame the Boy Scouts who are under intense scrutiny and stress and pressure from feminists for only being for boys? Or are they just going to pile on? Are they going to say, look, feminists, you're the ones who are creating this problem? Or are they just going to be like, we're going to leave that activism aside and just attack the Boy Scouts? The Boy Scouts, their house is on fire. They're getting attacked now from all sides. What are they supposed to do about it? Girl Scouts' highest achievement is called the Girl Scout Gold Award. The award is open only to girls in high school and requires a 7-step project to solve a community issue. The Girl Scouts organization, founded in 1912, has a membership of 1.8 million girls, led by 800,000 adults. They generate nearly $1 billion, half of its annual revenue, in sales from the famous Girl Scout cookies. The National Council of the Boy Scouts of America reported about 2.3 million youth members and explorers registered in individual programs, with roughly 950,000 registered adult leaders, according to its 2015 annual report. Under the changes announced Wednesday, Cub Scout dens, as they are called, will be single-gender, allowing the organization to maintain the integrity of the single-gender model while also meeting the needs of today's families, the Boy Scouts said in a news release. Girls will be allowed to join the ranks of Boy Scouts in 2018. The historic decision comes after years of receiving requests from families and girls. The organization evaluated the results of numerous research efforts, gaining input from current members and leaders, as well as parents and girls who've never been involved in scouting, to understand how to offer families an important additional choice in meeting the character development needs of all children, they read. The Boy Scouts of America has offered co-ed programs since 1971 through Exploring and the Venturing program. So here's what happens. The Girl Scouts exists. The Boy Scouts exist. The Girl Scouts, which is for girls, is being punished because of hardcore, loud, vocal feminist activism. I don't think equality is a bad thing. It's a great thing. And in many circumstances, equity can be a great thing too. But we can't base equity off of identity because every individual has different needs. The issue, in my opinion, is that the Girl Scouts should have expanded programs, and so should the Boy Scouts. What ends up happening is intense scrutiny on the Boy Scouts to open up to girls, so they decide to do it, and that destroys the Girl Scouts. In trying to be inclusive to everyone, they're actually causing excessive damage to a massive women's movement. And this is why I'm just... people don't seem to understand how this stuff happens and why it functions this way. Maybe there should be a safe space for girls. Maybe there should be a safe space for boys. But as this activism continues, all of that is being stripped away. Women are not entitled now to a safe space, and neither are men. Because according to modern activism, everyone has to be inclusive of everyone, no matter what. And there you go. So perhaps it's the Girl Scouts who are the regressives, who are fighting against progress and at odds with the feminist movement because they want a movement for only girls. I don't know. Anyway, I'm wiped out. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out. Stick around. I'll have more videos up on the main channel tomorrow at 6 p.m. And you can find my channels listed on the right of my channel. Just click Timcast. You'll see it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.